All right, let's take a look at this problem. We have a trig equation. There's infinitely many solutions to this equation, but of these infinitely many solutions, we're only looking for the ones that are between 0 and 2 pi. But it's going to be easier to, I think, to find the general solution and then whittle it down to the range, to the domain that we want. So let's get this tangent by itself. And it'll take 2 steps to do it. If we subtract this radical 3 and then divide both sides by 3. So the tangent of this angle is equal to this negative radical 3 over 3. Because it's negative, we know that on 0 to 2 pi, the two angles that would be negative would be in quadrants 2 and 4. So look at your unit circle, and a quadrant 2 angle that has the ratio of y to x being negative radical 3 over 3 would be 5 pi over 6. Double check me on that, but I believe that's the case. And we'll check our answer at the end on the calculator to see if it checks. Now, since the tangent has a period of pi, I can get solutions by adding pi times some integer. All right, so if we subtract pi over 2, and if we think of pi over 2 as 3 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6 minus 3 pi over 6 is 2 pi over 6. But we can reduce that to pi over 3. So of the infinitely many solutions that satisfy this equation, we can describe them as pi over 3 plus pi times n. Now we want to pick various values of n and find solutions that are between 0 and 2 pi. So let's construct a table. Let's look at pi and call it 3 pi over 3, just to make it easy to add this pi over 3. So if n were negative 1, we would be below 0. We're not looking for values in the solution set that's below 0. We want it to be 0, between 0 and 2 pi, not including that 2 pi. So if I let n be 0, one of the solutions is going to be pi over 3. If we let n be 1, then we've got 4 pi over 3. Now remember, if I rewrite 2 pi as 6 pi over 3, it's easier for me to see when I exceed that upper limit there. So 4 is still below 6. If I let it be 2, though, 2 times 3 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, and that's going to be too big. So if the 7 pi, 6 plus 1, 7, the 7 pi over 3 is too big. They don't want that solution. So the only two solutions they want for this is pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. Now let's go ahead and use the scientific calculator to check our answers real quick. We know that we're still in radians from our last problem. If we take 3 times the tangent of our answer, let's go 4 pi over 3 first, plus pi over 2, close the parenthesis, then add radical 3. If this is correct, we should get 0, and we do. So let's bring back that last entry and change the 4 pi over 3 to just pi over 3. And we should still get 0, and we do. So those were the two solutions that they wanted. All right, well, I hope that helps, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.